Hey Jessica, this is what I was thinking for a way to assess our volunteer match posts on either like a monthly or quarterly basis. So in Salesforce, we have these dashboards. If you scroll down, it's called the sub-region marketing ones. And so they're these IHL opt-in ones. So it's the BA, LA, and SD opt-in. And so, for example, if we go to the LA region's current in-home lesson opt-in, it'll show these are all the people who opted in this season to wanting to do in-home lessons. And so you can see West LA is probably the most balanced. Long Beach is somewhat balanced. And then some of these regions have these big gaps where we need a lot more volunteers. So the way I think we should do it is basically click into each one of these charts where there's a big imbalance and we need a lot more volunteers. And from there, um, we'll be able to see it broken down by these subregions. So, for example, in this North Hollywood, Sherman Oaks, Woodland Hills, um, we've got 42 students, and that leaves like 12 volunteers. So we definitely need more volunteers in this region. And so, just at first glance, if you look at the city, mailing city, you can see Tarzana, Woodland Hills, etc. And so we can just take some of those areas like Tarzana and check the subregions. And so I like to Command F and just put in Tarzana, and we don't have any posts in Tarzana. And so my recommendation would be to put up at least one, or why not two, one of each of these types in Tarzana. And then, maybe pick another area in that region. And then we could look at another one like this one, Northridge, Chatsworth, Granada Hills. And, that we have 42 students and just one volunteer. So I would say we would want, lots and lots of volunteers here. Pick out a couple of these cities and put up those posts. And then we could, in some cases, I think some regions, if I go back to the dashboard, might just say LA for everything. And so I'm not sure if which region might be like that. But if that's the case, here, this one, I think I need to add in the mailing city. We can look at the common zip codes and then put posts in those areas. So if you don't see the mailing city in any of these reports, you can just search mailing city and then drag it over as a column, and that'll update it. So I would love if this could be just something that we do whatever you think is best, every month, every quarter, etc. And just make sure we have enough posts in the areas that we need them. And then we can take down posts if we see that there's too many volunteers in a certain area. So like for this one in Boyle Heights, Monterey Park, a lot of the city just says LA. And so we could either use Boyle Heights and Monterey Park as the neighborhoods we look at, or like I was saying, pick this zip code. And what I like to do is just Google that zip code and look at the map and kind of zoom in. And I guess we could call it Ramona Gardens or Pico Gardens, in this zip code, or just downtown LA in the post. And then I also usually, for the actual post, will search nearby at the community, like a community center, and just see what's close by. And that's usually where I do the post. So we could pick like one of these places, maybe the Boyle Heights Neighborhood Council or something like that, for the location. Anyhow, we can talk about this more at our one-on-one, but just wanted to give you that initial thought process here. All right, I'm so excited for this. I think it's going to get us a lot more volunteers where we need them, and we can make a lot more matches. Let me know if you have any questions. Talk to you soon. Bye.